How you all doing? Welcome back to another video, guys. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We don't normally do this sort of fishing, so today we are doing a bit of LRFing. So we've got our light spinning set up, which consists of an inflatable boat fishing spinning rod paired up with a Pen Pursuit, and then on the business end we've got a basically a drop shot rig. So we've got a size 6 Breather hook, a 2-ounce weight and some light line just on a short trace, and we're gonna basically give it a go and see how many species we can catch today. So we are planning on getting the bigger rods out later on and hitting the beach, but for now we're just going to chill out in the harbour and see how many species of fish we can catch. Just a little bit of fun. So let's go use a tiny little bit of worm. We're going to get it straight in. Fish on. There we go. First fish on the LRF gear. Tiny little bass. Happy days. Get her straight back and hopefully get another species. Number 1. First species. Species number 1. Lovely little sea bass. Let's get him back. So we've been down here about an hour and a half and we've only had the one species. We've had a few other little nibbles, but very small nibbles. We've had the one bass, that's it. So it's very hard going, very hard going. Don't know if you can see, but the colour of the water is like chocolate at the moment. So I don't know if that's anything to do with the fishing at the moment, but who knows. The smaller species should be out there, but we're just not getting them. We're getting a few little nibbles, but that's about it. I think we're going to move on to another spot in a minute. This is our second spot. We'll move on to another spot and see if we can find some other species. Wow, how you all doing? So as you can tell, I'm now down the beach. So the LRF fishing didn't go to plan. We only had the one bass. I had some other nibbles, but no other fish. So we've come down to the beach to see if we can finish off our species hunt and try and get a few species out. I've got ragworm, I've got a squid, I've got some anchovies or sardines, and I've also got some black lug. So we'll get one big bait out, one small bait out, and we'll see what happens, see how many species we can pull out. Target species really is going to be plaice, flounder, dab, smoothhound, probably a dogfish, whiting, so another 6 species possibly, but we shall see. We're going to get the rod set up now and we're going to get some bait straight out. So it does look lovely down here, but that water is really murky at the moment from all the storms we've been having, but it should be well stirred up on the bottom and hopefully the fish are feeding. So let's get the rod set up and get some rods out. So the first rig going out is going to be a 2-hook Pompey Loop rig made by Seaweights with one of his lovely green luminous grippers. So we'll get this chucked out. Hopefully the plaice will take these worms. Even I would eat these. So the second rod going out is going to have a peeler crab on it, just on a pulley rig with a 3.0 Cox and Rule crab hook. It seems like the tide's running really hard here at the moment. I'm not sure why. Maybe the main rot started, or maybe there's a lot of weed out there, but it's definitely pulling around a lot more than it should be. We'll bring that in a second, and you never know, could have a fish on there. Well guys, I was losing all faith in this session today. Everything was going wrong. There's a load of weed coming through, tide's going down, but look what we just pulled in. Hey, a lovely little local place. Happy days. Beautiful. Caught on the Seawaits 2-hook Pompey Loop rig. Happy days. I am well happy with that. Especially to catch a place on my local beach. Sweet. Right, we're getting bites on the ragworm again. Hasn't gone for a minute or two, so I'm going to bring it in and see if we got some. We could have another place. Well, we are getting bites, guys, on the ragworm. I'm going to put the underwater camera on, see if we can see anything. Right, there we go. We've got the camera with a weight hooked to the bottom of it, and then we've got a short snooded 2-hook clip down rig. We'll get this sent out, and hopefully we see a fish or two. That's the idea anyway. So we had a few issues with the camera to start off with, but at the end of the day, it's only a prototype. So I messaged the company and they said that the software needed updated on the camera. So we've done that. This is the first time that I've cast it back out after the software update. So fingers crossed it works. But we shall see the footage when it comes out of the water. And that's the only way we're going to know. We'll leave it out there for 20 minutes or so and we'll bring it in. So we're going to get a sardine and squid wrap out there, just on a pulley pennel rig, and see if we can bag ourselves a nice little ray. I'm still after a spotted ray for this year. I've caught a fawnback and I've caught an ungulate ray, so it'd be nice to catch a spotted ray. What is she doing? She's going to go right through my line. There it is. Oh. She realised. So it's been pretty quiet after we had that place. We had one other little bite, but that was about it. It's starting to get a bit dark now, so hopefully with darkness it brings in a few fish. But we are at low tide, and they're quite big low tides, so it's quite a walk down to the beach. But nonetheless, the tide should be coming up on its way in now, and the venue we're fishing normally does fish quite well over low tide, so we could pluck out a ray while it's low. You don't know. But I've got a nice smelly small softback crab and a bit of squid on the on the ray rod now, so we'll see what happens with that bait. The big baits have been coming in stripped, so I'm guessing there's quite a lot of crab activity out there. Talking about crab activity, our underwater footage did come out and the camera did work, so happy days. We can rely on that camera a bit more now, but unfortunately after the first shot the battery ran out. I forgot to charge it, so we'll go back home, take the footage off, have a look through, see if we see anything. The only thing is we couldn't cast out too far. Obviously it was a low tide, so the water wasn't very deep. We was getting the bites a lot further out, so it's not promising. If you do see the footage, happy days. If you don't, there will be more footage in the coming weeks. Hopefully that weather clears up and the sea clears out as well, and we can get some really good footage. Because at the moment the water is like chocolate, so it's no good for filming underwater. But anyway guys, I'm going to sit back, watch these rods, and hopefully one of them tears off. Species number 3, the humble whiting. Happy days. 3 species ticked off the list. It's now getting dark. Hopefully more species come out to play. Sweet. Here we go, just pulled in a lovely little double shot. Little bass and another little whiting. Sweet. Tiny little basil bass. Right, let's get them unhooked and get them back, I suppose. Caught on the worm baits. On the sea weights. 2-hook clip down rig. It's a fish. So guys, just a little update. We've had a few more whiting. Other than that, we've had a few tippy tappies. We haven't had any bites on the big baits, which is a bit concerning. Not even a dogfish has taken them. But we changed over the flapper rig over to a single hook pulley rig, and that's got a fresh peeder crab on it. So fingers crossed we can bag a nice smooth hound. If not, a nice bass. But, you know, you live in hope. Get a bite on the peeder crab. I think we've been slack lined. We've got a fish on. We've got a fish on, the peeder crab. Don't know what it is yet. Probably gonna be a dogfish. We'll go down and have a look. There's no fight there. Well, yeah, anyway. Wow, speechless. Absolute speechless. What a waste of a lovely peeder crab. It's a dogfish. What a waste of a peeder crab. Let's go get him. Wow, no wonder the ray bait's been quiet. God knows how long he's been sat on there for. We're going to get the rods back out. Really hoping we still can catch that ray. We've probably got a couple of casts in us, so we're going to make these count and hopefully bag one. So last caster out there, guys. We can't do any more. Been pretty dead, to be fair. Not many dogfish. A few whiting. A couple of bass. And a place. So the species hunt didn't really end very well. It's a shame. You know, it is what it is. We'll do it again. It'll be better in the summer because at the moment the water is really, really murky. So I don't think that's helping. So we're going to wash these rods for another 20 minutes, bring them in, and hopefully on one rod we got a hound and the other rod we got a ray. But we're sure we'll know about it. There we go, Foxy's dinner's sorted. That was a whiting that didn't make it. And that fox has just engulfed it. Fair play. Enjoy, my little friend. Well guys, that's it, me done for another session. Unfortunately no smooth hounds or rays today, but we'll definitely be back to this mark. This is a fabulous mark when the smooth hounds are in. When they're in, they are in. You can get like maybe 10 smooth hounds a session down here when they're in. So the season's only just beginning. We've got plenty of time ahead of us. We've got about a good 4 months ahead of us of smooth hound fishing, so there's no need to rush. There's no need to rush, but it's always good to get that first one on the beach. But that's it. Thanks all for watching, guys. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks all for watching, guys. Take care.